Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Awilda and I am a nursing student if you are new here. So today I wanted to film a video and talk about 4 things that suck about nursing school. Like, yes, it's nice and it's fun, and like, fun is a stretch. It's nice that you're learning what you want to do, but it definitely is difficult at times, and like, there's just some things that literally just suck. And yeah, I'm gonna tell you about them. There are a lot of good things. Like, I don't want this to be like, you know, that I don't like school or whatever, but I do. But I also just hate some things about it. So I have 4 things that I hate about it. So the first one is, drumroll please. 1, the time commitment / the hours. You don't control your classes. I don't know if that's just at my school, but you don't control your classes. So if you have an 8 a.m., you better get up and go to your 8 a.m. And for me, like, that sucks. Like, I hate waking up early. Or like having a clinical at 7 a.m. that's an hour away. I have to wake up at like 5:30. Like, it's so difficult for me. And I have another job that mostly is nights. So it is difficult to go to bed early. It is difficult to accustom myself to that schedule of going to bed early and waking up early. Like, it really is difficult, especially when you're in college. Like, everyone is staying up late. Your roommates, your suite mates, like, everyone's staying up late. And it's hard sometimes to just go to bed early. Like, it's not really something that you can control. Like, it's just hard. It's hard to break that cycle, especially if you're a night owl. I'm a night owl, like, for sure, 100%. I'm gonna do night shifts for the internship, and like, I've been asking people their opinions, and like, people that have worked night shifts, and they say like, oh, stay up the night before, like, you go in. I do that already. But like, in all seriousness, it does suck that you can't pick your own schedule. Also, because this is a medical profession, most undergraduate majors are not like this. Grad school majors are like nursing, where you go to like PA or like med school or like anything like that. Like, you have clinicals and you have labs and simulations and all that stuff. But like, in terms of an undergrad, like one that anyone can do without a prior degree, it's not normal. Most majors have like some labs, not many, but in nursing school, like, almost every class you have has a lab, and you also have simulations. You also have the lecture itself, and most classes also have a clinical portion, which is usually like once a week for like at least 8 hours minimum, depending on the class. Some classes have more clinical hours, some classes have less clinical hours. Like, for example, this semester I had class all day Tuesdays, like from 9 to 5, 9 to 4, but like a full-time job. Every other Wednesday we would have lab or simulation for fundamentals. And then Thursdays, we would have psych clinical. Every single Thursday, the 14 Thursdays in the semester, we had psych clinical until it got canceled. And then the second half of the semester, every single Sunday, which kind of got canceled, but it would have been crazy. Every single Sunday, we would have clinical. So we would have clinical Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, wake up super early for those, have Monday off, then Tuesday, go to class, then Wednesday, go to lab, or, you know, chill. Then Thursday, go to clinical, and then Friday, I have class in the morning at 8 a.m. It's a hectic schedule. It's difficult, especially, like, I'm pretty fortunate. Like, I do work, but I don't, like, have a family that I need to provide for, and, like, I don't completely support myself. Like, my parents do help support me, but, you know, for people that have to work a lot, it's stressful. It gets stressful. It gets tiring. It really does. So that's just one of the things that suck. And also, all the times I just listed before, like, that does not include studying. That does not include homework. That does not include quizzes, practice exams, the millions of practice questions you have to do. It definitely does get a lot, especially if you are not that good at time managing. So the next thing that sucks is select all the reply questions. Like, some of them are easy. Like, I definitely will say that. Like, some of them, it is kind of obvious, you know, it's just kind of being like, okay, like, look at which ones don't kind of fit in with the trend here. You know, some of them are nice. For example, like, if you're helping a patient who can't see, like, you're gonna want to stand in front of them to, like, help lead them. Like, you're not going to be standing behind them. Or if someone is a fall risk, Obviously, if one of the answer choices is clutter the space, that's not true. Like, you're gonna want to declutter the space, and you wouldn't pick that one. But some of them just aren't that easy. Most of them aren't that easy, but some of them are difficult, and some of them, it's like, do I remember reading this one little part from the notes, or do I remember this one sentence that my professor said that could be applicable here? You question your existence, and you're just like, okay, this is the one I'm gonna get wrong. Like, it's often like outliers or like just random little details that get you, because you're like, oh no, I don't think it's this one. Like, it's obviously just these three. And then you get the answer and it's like, oh, it was that one. So it's hard because there's this back and forth and tugging of, is it this one or is it not? Or am I just making it up that it goes with this one? Am I confusing it with something else? Like, you do second guess yourself. But a lot of them are like situational, so it's like they want to see like all the things that you're gonna do to help the patient in that situation. So it is important, but it definitely is hard, especially like if you're reading it off of paper, like versus doing it in person. Like, sometimes I see something on paper and I'm like, why didn't I pick that? I'm like, I definitely would have done that, like in real life, you know what I mean? So it's just like little traits. The workload. Yes, the workload is intense. My last year, I take 19 credits both semesters. My senior year of college, when everyone else is chilling, everyone else is taking like 6 credits and like, living their best senior lives. Nope, we take 19 credits both semesters. And it's a lot. Like, when you're in, the way my program works is you take all of nursing classes at once in the 2 years. You don't spread them out over the 4 years. So you're taking all major classes, all junior and senior year. No electives, no, arts credit, no English credit, just to kind of lighten the semester a little bit. Nope, you take all nursing classes. So it definitely is a lot. Like, next semester I'm taking med-surg, OB, community, and research. Like, those are 3 classes with 3 clinicals and labs and simulations. Like, that's a lot. Actually, I don't know if community has labs, but still, like, that's a lot. That's not including lecture. That's not including the time you need to do the work for each class. Like, it's a lot. So I'm kind of scared. I mean, I know I'll do fine because, I have to, but it definitely does not seem like it'll be easy. So the workload is definitely intense. Yeah. And you need to have a solid foundation of like how you study. Because if you don't know, and you're trying to answer these application questions, not like, where's the tibia? You're trying to answer like, what should you do first when a patient is coding? Like, you need to be able to understand and like make sure you're learning material, not just memorizing, the steps of this specific situation. The next question. The next thing that sucks about nursing school is you don't get to experience every type of nursing. I think that really sucks, but I also think it's kind of a blessing that we even have so many specialties to choose from. There are literally so many different certifications and stuff you can get from being a nurse. You can be an OR nurse, you can be a SANE, you can be a pediatric nurse, you can be an ICU nurse, you can be a nurse educator, you can be a student health nurse. Like, you have so many options, but the only thing is that you don't really get to experience those. So that's the biggest downside. Like, some schools don't even require OB and peds. Like, they're considered electives. If you're interested in, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a weird one. Not weird, but like a not common one. I don't know. But if you want to do like OR, like I was just saying, like, they don't bring nursing students into the OR. Like, they do not. Unless you're like shadowing one or like have capstone or an internship in that area. This is like where like a lot of like research on your own, like looking into different people that are like, oh, I'm an ER nurse, like on the internet. And you can like look up and see what they do, things like that. That's where a lot of your own research and stuff comes into play. So you definitely have to, unfortunately, just base off some things on what other people say it is, because you just don't get to experience every single type of nursing there is. There's just too many. There's wound care nurses, there's stem cell transplant nurses, there's burn nurses, like there's just so many types. And this just again goes back into, you know, doing your research and finding out what certifications you need to get done so that you can be that type of nurse and that type of nurse that you want to be. So that's probably one of the things that sucks. For people that like want to do OB and peds like me, like I like that like I get to experience the specialties that I want to potentially go into. But like if you want to be like an aesthetic nurse, like, you know, like Botox and stuff, like you're not learning any of that. So you would have to go back and do certifications and stuff. Yeah. So those are the 4 things that I think suck about nursing school. Comment if you have any more, or if you have some that you don't agree with. Just let me know if you want. So yeah, thank you for watching my video.